Welcome to 3D.sk. On this site you can find thousands of images of whatever you need, from male and female characters, costumes, animals. We also have 3D scans, textures, texture maps, street photo reference, studio photo reference, and many more, which can all be found on this site. So in this tutorial we're going to be discussing how to model an ear in 3ds Max. Now for the ear I always like to start off in Photoshop to plan all my topology out. So let's start off by getting a bright color. I'm going to choose blue. And create a new layer by pressing Ctrl-Shift-N. Or just clicking here. So, now that I'm on my new layer, we're going to zoom in a little bit using Ctrl plus minus the little key, you should be able to see it. Or Ctrl plus equals. And we're going to start off by just creating some topology. So I'm just going to follow the ear around on this side. That went a bit weird. Okay. Doesn't have to be perfect, just as long as you show the topology. Just going to connect that up. Alright, so it's pretty obvious what we're going to do here. We're just going to create these line segments. Just leave it there for now. Okay, so this is a bit that's going to go back. So let's just try creating what we need to have there. So they're triangles at the moment, but that may change. So what we also want is we want something like this. So I'm just going to put a line there for now. Then maybe I'll put another segment here. Or I can go to my brush tool, get rid of that one, and make it more accurate, like this. And we're going to do something like this. Obviously we're going to most likely have a triangle here, unless we do something like this. Just make a little thing there. And then we can join that up to there. So that would be like a little kind of line. So if you imagine 4 points, 4 points. Then we're going to add this here. As I said earlier, this is now no longer a triangle. So this is all 4 points. So now we need the other part, which would be kind of like so. Just trying to see exactly where it is. Let's come back to that in a second. Let's sort out this part. Okay, and then we're going to get from here, this area, and then we're going to get this joining up with here. Okay, now we need a segment around where this kind of starts. So I'm going to put it around, well this has to be here, I forgot, I've just put this in. So this should be fine, around about there. And then obviously we're going to have the bottom of the earlobe. It's going to join up with here. And then we're going to have something like this. Okay. So next up is creating the parts for this. So here is actually a lot simpler than most people's. So I'm just going to create some segments here. One for where the hole starts, one for when the hole ends. And we're just going to join it up to all the other topology. So there's a segment there, segment here. going to need a segment there if you want to do that, so I'm probably not going to do that. I'm going to match that up to there, so that's like that. No, that's still the same problem. Maybe one here. Okay, that works better. Then you've got 4 segments here. Then you can put this into here, and you can create this no longer a triangle. And also it joins up to there. Maybe a segment in here. And instead of having this like that, which is kind of weird, we can do something like this, which would make this 4-sided. Just so you can see some of the vertexes, I'm going to change my color. Now you can see that's 4 vertexes. This would be changed to 3. Obviously we've got another triangle here. Oh no, we haven't. I forgot. We did make that into a 4-sided. So the only triangle we've got here is here. So the best way to put something there would be putting a vertex here. Let's change back to blue. Let's work out what we're going to do here. So there's 4. What I could do instead is just draw the most obvious point, and then let's do something like that. And I think this might need another point, so let's put something like that. Put this like this. Put this over here. Now you can see how everything starts to match up. Now we've got a triangle here, which I don't really like, so I'm going to get rid of this and just kind of move that on a little bit. And perhaps what I'll also do is make this more like this. And then we can have continuous polygons. We've got a 5-sided here. So what we're going to have is we're going to have like that. Okay. So most of the topology is worked out. Now all we need is, I think, another segment going through here like that. So we can see that we've got here. So how can we fix that? We do want, obviously, another segment going through here. So let's just keep going. Let's say we stop it here. Zoom in a little bit. Let's just get rid of this area and let's have a proper look what's going on here, because we're coming into a little kind of intersegment. So what I'm thinking is getting rid of this prior one I did, unless I need it, which I would say is not that needed. Let's just try getting rid of this one. Let's just have it like that. Join these back up, obviously. It doesn't have to be like a work of art, this, by the way. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to draw a line here. Quite easy, right? And then I'm going to shade this in because this is obviously just going to be a hole, which is quite easy. When you have the inset tool, you just inset it and it's going to be kind of like that, and it can go on and on. But with this shape it would kind of be more like this, something like that. Anyway, you'll be able to create a hole, so don't worry about that. So now that we've got all this, can probably, what I kind of want to do is go down here and kind of move this line kind of more like that. And then obviously like so. Four-sided. Okay. So we've got some topology worked out. We've not got too many triangles. And then obviously for the bits that are more up than others, we can so this bit would be obviously backwards. So would this bit. This bit would be extruded in. So would this whole bit. And we're going to be moving them back anyway. Hopefully you followed along with this tutorial, because now we're going to go into 3ds Max, and without this part, the next part would be a little bit more difficult without your own. But you can always just follow along with me. Anyway, I'm going to save this and bring it into 3ds Max. See you in the next tutorial. Now that we have the topology done for the ear in Photoshop, now we can go into 3ds Max and actually plot out this topology inside there using the reference that we have created in Photoshop. See you in the next tutorial. Welcome to the end of this tutorial. Feel free to comment with feedback and suggestions below, and you can also comment on what you'd like to see us do in the future. Thank you, and goodbye.